Good everyone, my name is Mr. Ademujimi Adedotun. What we'll be looking at is parallelogram law. Parallelogram law. When you say parallelogram, of course, you know what parallelogram is. This is our shape of what parallelogram. That is two opposite sides that are parallel. This parallelogram, that is this side is parallel to this side, while this side is also what parallel to this side. Okay, parallelogram. So let's look at what the law actually what says. If you have vector A, let's assume that we have vector A. This is vector A, then we have what? Vector B. This is vector A. Okay? That is join tail to tail. Join tail to tail of the two vector. Join tail to tail of two vector to form the adjacent side. To form the adjacent side of parallelogram. To form what? The adjacent side of what? Of parallelogram. Join tail to tail, tail to tail, tail to tail, tail to tail of two vector to form the adjacent side. To form what? The adjacent sides of what? Adjacent sides of what? Of parallelogram. That is the adjacent. So we can have this and this. Okay? You can see that. Let me make it more bigger. So this is B, this is what? A. While this is what? Let's call this to be what? To be B. Okay. To form the two adjacent sides of what? Of parallelogram. This is the two adjacent sides of parallelogram. So the angle between the two vectors of different magnitude, let's call that to be what? To be theta. What will be the resultant? The resultant will be what? Joining the point, this point, the point, down to what? You join the 2 points together. The two common opposite points. Two common points, you can see. These are the two common points. Join them together. Then we have what? The resultant. We have the resultant, okay? From here, we can say that what the resultant will be equals to what? Will be equals to a squared plus b squared plus what? Plus 2ab cos what? Cos theta. Cos theta. Cos theta. Theta is what? The angle between the what? Between the two vectors. That's the angle between what? The two vectors. The angle between the two vectors. In some textbook, this is what you see there. That is, our resultant equals to a squared plus what? Plus b squared minus 2ab cos 180 degree minus theta. This is what you see in some textbook. Still the same. Okay, what are we having here? This is plus, this is minus. We are still on what? Addition of what? Addition of vectors. Okay, that is parallelogram. That's parallelogram's law. Parallelogram's law. Parallelogram's law. That is when you join tail to tail of two vectors to form a what? The side of what? The adjacent side of parallelogram. So joining point to point now, the resultant will be produced from where? From this diagonal. Joining what? Point of what? The two vectors. You can see point to point. The diagonal, not like the diagonal. Okay? That will be the resultant. That's the formula. Then we can look for what? The angle between what? Between the angle between vector A and what? And the resultant. The angle between vector A and what? And the resultant. The angle between vector A and resultant, we can call this to be what? Alpha. Let's call this to be alpha. And also angle between vector B and the resultant, so we can call this to be beta. Okay? So from there we can see that tan alpha equals to tan alpha will be equals to b sine theta over a plus b cos what? Cos theta. Please take note. If you want to get your tan alpha, we have to find the angle between vector A and the resultant. Is tan alpha equals to b sine theta over a plus b cos theta. Okay? And likewise this also tan beta equals to, what would that be? That would be a sine what? Sine theta over b plus a cos theta. Theta is the angle between what? The two vectors. That's the angle between the two vectors. The angle between the two vectors. Okay? That's the angle between the two vectors. Take notes. If you want to memorize this, there's nothing there. Since what you are looking for is there, that will be tan alpha. Tan alpha equals to, what do you have there? Since you are picking what? Angle between what? Vector A and the resultant. It means that when we have no business with magnitude of A, that is magnitude A. So what you are just going to pick will be B sine theta over what? Over then we pick this A plus B cos theta. Tan theta. So we move to this same process. Okay? So let's look at the proof. What do you have there? We have the first vector. That's vector B. We want to reproduce this. This is vector A. Okay? So the resultant will be line joining the what? These two points together. So which you can call this to be half. Okay? So if this is A, this will be B. Okay? So if this is B, don't forget that two opposite sides are what? Parallel. Two opposite sides are what? Parallel. So you can have this as well to be what? To be B. This to be B. Then produce a line here. Join it with this. Okay? If this is theta, what would this be? This will also be theta. This is equals to this. Okay? Don't forget that from here to here is what? From here to here is A. Okay? Then what will be the value of this? That is from here to here. From this point to this end. What will be the value? The value will be, since is what? Is horizontal, not vertical. It will be what? It will be cos. That will be what? Beta cos what? That will be B, not beta. B cos what? Cos theta. That will be B cos theta. Why this will be what? B sine what? Sine theta. Vertical is always sine. That is opposite over hypotenuse. Adjacent over hypotenuse. Adjacent, that's car. Okay? Since this is a perpendicular line, this is a right angle triangle. Okay? So we can call this to be PQRN. That's PQRN. So considering triangle PRN. Okay? We can use Pythagoras theorem. That is R squared equals to beta B sine what? Sine theta all squared plus what do you have there? This will be distance from here to here. That will be A plus B cos what? Cos theta. That will be A plus what? Plus B cos what? Cos theta. All raised to the power of 2. Okay? So expand this will give you R squared equals to B squared sine square theta plus, expand this. This will give you A squared. Plus 2AB 2ab cos theta plus cos square theta. Please take note. Expand this. The expansion of this is this. The expansion of this is this. Just like we have a plus b. If you want to expand a plus b, you expand it by opening what? 2 bracket. That's raised to power 2. That will be a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. Okay? That will give us a squared plus 2ab cos theta plus cos square theta. Okay? Okay? So we can have this as r squared equals to. We know that. Oh, this is b squared. Take note. This is plus b squared cos theta. Okay? So let's just bring this and this together. Let's bring this and this together. So we can have b squared sine squared theta plus what the other? B squared cos what? Cos squared theta plus what? Plus 2ab cos theta. This will be equals to what is common? B squared is common into bracket sine square theta plus what? Cos square theta plus what? 2ab cos what? Cos theta. 2ab cos theta, but sine square theta plus cos square theta equals 1. But sine square theta plus cos square theta equals 1. So therefore, we can have r to be equals to, that is r squared equals to what? B squared. B squared is a squared, b squared. So we should have a squared there. This a squared. Okay, that's b squared plus what? Plus a squared plus 2ab cos what? Cos theta, which is the same thing as a squared plus what? Plus b squared plus 2ab cos what? Cos theta. That gives r squared. That's the resultant. So from here we can have resultant to be equal to square root of a squared plus what? Plus b squared plus 2ab cos what? Cos theta. Take note. Take note. So this is the formula for finding the what? The resultant. This is a proof. Okay? And which I said is the same thing as what? As this also. There are some textbooks. It means that they are using what? Minus 2ab. This has to be what? 180 minus what? Minus theta. That will be 180 minus theta. 180 minus theta. How do you get that theta? How do you get that minus? Produce it. We call this to be theta. So what would this be? This will be 180 minus theta. Isn't it? Angle in a straight line. So you can just drive this out. Bring out this. So we have this. We have this. Okay? This is 180 degree minus theta. This is what? This is A. If this is B, what would this be? This also will be B. So that's B. So this is the resultant. Okay? Using your what? Your cosine rule. Using cosine rule. And of course we know that cosine rule is A squared plus B squared minus 2AB cos theta minus what? Cos 180 minus theta. Or you use this. Either this or this. Okay, that's the formula. So let's look at the second one. The second part of this. The second part of this. The second part of this. Which is what? Tan what? Tan alpha. Don't forget that we call this to be what? Alpha. Okay? If this is alpha, by comparing, okay, looking at what? Triangle. That is from triangle what? P R what? R N. From triangle what? P R N. So considering triangle P R N now. So what would this be? This will be opposite over what? Over adjacent. Opposite over adjacent. Opposite over adjacent. That is tan tan alpha equals to opposite. That will be B sine what? Sine theta over adjacent. This is the adjacent, which is A plus what? B cos what? Cos theta. That's the formula. That's the formula. Okay. Once you can get your theta, okay, once you have the value of theta, that's the angle between what? The two vectors. So we can easily get our what? We can get beta. Beta will be equal to what? Theta minus alpha. Theta minus alpha. That will give us what? Beta. Theta minus alpha. Theta minus alpha. So let's look at this question under this. This is 5. So the angle between them is what? Is 60 degree. 60 degree. That's the angle between them. Between the two vectors. 60 degree. Okay? This is 4. This is 4. So we want to find the resultant. We want to find the resultant. The resultant. The resultant, which is R. The resultant. We want to find the resultant. So what will be the resultant? Using our formula, you know this is 4, this is 6. Let's call this to be 6 units. This is 4 what? 4 units. Okay? 4 units. We want to find the resultant. What will the resultant be? The resultant R squared will be equal to what? What do you have it? 4 squared, that will be 4 raised to power 2. Plus 6 squared, that will be 6 raised to power 2. Plus 2 into bracket 4 times 6 times cos what? Cos 60 degree. Cos 60 degree. Cos 60 degree. So this will give you what? 16. This will give you what? 36. Plus 2 into bracket. This will give you what? 24. Times, what do you have? Cos 60 is what? Cos 60 is 1 over 2. Cos 60 degree. Yes. Cos 60 degree is 1 over 2. So these are this will go. So we have what? 16 plus 36 plus 24. That will give you R squared. Okay? That will give you R squared. So what would this and this be? That will give us what? That will give us 50. Oh sorry, that will give us 60. This will be 60. That will be 76. So we can have R what? R squared equals to what? 76. So R will be equal to what? Square root of what? 76. That will give you square root of 76. 36, 24. That's what? 0, 6. That's 60. That's 60. 60 plus 10. That's 70. 76. So this will give us what? The magnitude of what? That will give us what? The magnitude of the resultant. The resultant, which is the what? The vector what? Quantity. That's the vector what? The vector quantity. And you can also use the second formula if you have what? R squared. R squared. You can also use this R squared equals to what? Equals to A squared plus B squared minus what? 2AB cos what? Cos 180 minus theta. Cos 180 minus theta. Theta is what? Theta is 60. So that will be 180 minus 60. That will be 120 degree. Okay? Since what would that be? Cos 120 degree. Cos 120 degree is equals to minus half. Yes. Because cos falls where? And what? The second quadrant. And in the second quadrant, it is only sign that is what? Positive. Sign is positive. Okay? Sign is positive. Why what? Cos is what? Negative. And tan is also negative. So that's why we have what? This to go on, to be negative. So cos 120 degree is minus. So that will be minus times minus. And that will give us plus. You can see. We'll see around as well as this formula. Okay? Take note of that. Take note. Let's look at another question under this. 6 units. This is also what? 6. Same magnitude. Same magnitude. They have the same magnitude. The angle between them is 30 degree. It's 30. Let's just call it to be 120 degree. 120 degrees. Same magnitude, 5 and 5. Okay? 5 and 5. 5 and 5. Same magnitude. Same magnitude. Same magnitude. 5, 5. Okay? What will be the resultant? The resultant is by joining the what? The point together. The two common points. And that gives us resultant. Okay? So we know that resultant equals to what? That will be 5 squared plus what? 5 squared. Okay? Plus 2 into bracket 5 times 5. 5 times 5 times cos 60 degrees. This 25. This 25 plus this is 2 into bracket what? 25 times what will this be? That will be 1 over 2. 1 over 2. 2 and 2 will go. Everything that will give us what? 75. So r squared equals to 75. So r will be equals to what? Root what? 75. Okay? Root 75. That will give us root 75. Root 75. Root 75. And that will give us 8 point something. That's root 75. Let's move to another phase of this. Subtraction. 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 In subtraction, we have vector A minus vector B. Minus vector B. Vector A minus what? Minus vector B. Vector A minus vector B. Unlike the previous one that we have vector A plus what? Plus vector B. This is resultant. We give us what? Resultant. Resultant also is a what? Is a vector quantity. Of course, the vector quantity, I'll explain that. Is a vector quantity. Okay. Vector A minus vector B. This will be vector A plus into bracket minus B. Yes or no? Yes. Vector A plus into bracket minus vector B. Alright? So if you want to use this now, using Parallelogram Law, we can have vector A. This will be vector A. That's A. What about vector B? This will be vector B. Because it's negative. Negative. That will be like this. Between them, like this. Okay? Like this. Like this. We can't have it this way. Because normally, you have to have it this way. Because normally it should be like this. A. Is that not so? This will be B. Because it's positive, we have it this way. But negative, then we have it what? Downward. Can you see? Downward. Can you see? To be like this. Down. This will be vector what? Vector what? Vector B. Please take note. That's for minus B. Minus B. Minus what? Minus B. Minus B. It's not plus. So the arrow is facing what? Down. Take note, please. To be like this. Okay? This is B. So let's say we produce this upward. Okay? To make it a complete diagram, produce this. We have something like this. Something like this. Isn't it? Yes. Okay? Let's say this angle is what? Is theta. Let's say this angle is theta. This angle is theta. What would this angle be? This would be 180 degree minus theta. 180 degree minus theta. Why? Because this is a what? This is a straight line. This is a straight line. Straight line. This is a straight line. So angle of a straight line is what? 180 degree. That would be 180 minus theta. That would be the angle here. Okay? That would be the angle between this. Then what will be the what? The resultant. So we can have this. Can you see that? That will be the resultant. Joining this together with this. Then the resultant, a line will be drawn from this point down to what? To this point. This will be the resultant. The resultant. Then we can have the resultant. That's r squared equals to what? R squared equals to what? Equals to what? That will be equals to b. That will be a squared plus into bracket minus b all raised to power 2. Because this is minus, unlike this that is plus. Minus is down. Please take note. Minus down. That what? B squared plus 2 into bracket a times minus b cos what? Cos 180. That will be cos of this angle. That will be cos what? 180 degree minus theta. Cos 180 degree minus theta. And that will give you what? A squared plus, what would this be? That will be b squared minus b raised to power 2. That's plus b. Plus times minus 2ab. Cos what? Cos 180 minus theta. Cos 180 minus what? Minus theta. Cos 180 minus theta. Cos 180 minus theta. Cos 180 minus theta. So what can we deduce from here now? We can say that this is r squared equals to a squared plus what? Plus b squared plus 2 what? 2ab cos theta. So see that? R squared equals to a squared plus b squared plus 2ab cos theta. That is, if you have what? Minus to this, which is still the same thing as this. Which is still the same thing as this. Don't forget that we have vector A minus vector B. See the same thing as vector A plus, open a bracket, minus B. And minus B, unlike when you have what? Vector A plus vector B. You know, this will just give us what? This is just something like this, okay? B, then you have this. Sorry, A and this is B. Join them together. Okay? We have theta. This will be the resultant. Join the point together. This is the resultant. Well, in the case of this, please, not like that. So this will be A, vector A. Don't forget that. This will be vector what? B. Produce this. Produce this. So this will be the angle between the theta. Okay, this will be 180 degree minus theta. Don't forget. Okay. Then make me see what? Complete drawing this together. Okay. Draw this like this. Okay. So the resultant will be this. That's how. Don't forget that. Okay. Let's look at what? The magnitude. The magnitude between when you say what? Magnitude of. Prove that. Deduce that. That what? The magnitude of vector A plus magnitude of vector B is equal to what? To the magnitude of vector what? Vector A minus the magnitude of vector B. Please, you can send your answer. Thank you and God bless you.